What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the channel. And since my last one on here, there's been a lot of stories breaking around the club, from Clement's attitude in interviews to Patrick Stewart giving us an update interview to a potential takeover. And now we know around the 16 opponents in Europa League being Fenerbahce. So I'm going to spend a couple of minutes yapping on about that. So for those that are just interested in watching the parts of the football of the game against St Mirren today, just you might want to skip forward a little bit. I think it's right to start off with the Patrick Stewart interview that was released on Rangers TV a couple of days ago. And straight off the bat, I think it's safe to say that we're going to be dealing with Clement at least for the rest of this season. He came out, he backed him up again, and a big part of that was not wanting to jeopardise us getting any further, in his words, in the Europa League, and he feels like changing managers could potentially disrupt that. He again reiterated that he's not here to make the popular decisions. He's here to do, in what his opinion, is the right decisions and taking the time and avoiding mistakes of the past. He rubbished the idea of it being anything related to finances for the reason that we can't get rid of Clement right now. And again, he put a big focus on the current external football review, from speaking to everyone at Auchenhowie, everyone in and around Ibrox, to really deeply find out what's been going so wrong in these past few years and why the management in the club is, well, failed us fans. Stuart has said a lot of nice things that we'd like to hear about overall improvements around the club, but it is easier said than done, so we'll see how that goes. Bravery or stupidity for him to make this decision to keep Clement around for now. I guess time will tell in this city of Glasgow that has no patience while waiting on results. And now on to Clement, where my opinion has not changed. It would take a lot to change it at this point, and if it does, that means Rangers are starting winning trophies and started actually showing signs of progression, which, hey, in that case, I'll hold my hands up and take the pie in the face, because Rangers doing well is all I want and all you fans want that are watching this video. But I truly think he's way out of his depth at our football club. Just some of the press conferences as well. There was one last week where, let's be honest, he's been getting a bit of a grilling in these press conferences, and the reporters said to him after Queen's Park that that was the last straw. There's no coming back from this, and he responds to him by saying, "That's what you say." Like, I truly don't think he understands how big of a hole he's got himself into. And yes, he's not had the easiest hands, but he still has had some money to spend. It's not as if he's had enough to be going out and, like, we're expecting to be winning treble after treble after treble. But he's certainly had enough to spend and enough within that squad to be doing better than we currently are in, what, mid-February, with a Europa League to play for, yes, but domestically completely out of the season. I do think Clement's arrogance is one of his biggest issues, is why he, in my opinion, will go down as a failure here at Ibrox. Then we've got the Hearts game, where, if most of us are honest, the scoreline flattered us. The two own goals, we didn't play very well, but a win's a win. But after the game, Clement's come out and said that you can't call it a bad performance. But if we're going by his logic, we had more shots against Queen's Park, which he kept bringing up, talking about the performance that way. Hearts had more shots against us, but then that wasn't brought up in that way. It's a lot of contradictions for me. Again, I'll repeat, if we were seeing any signs of progression within this squad, okay, keep Clement around for the end of the season, the potential to take over more money to spend, which we'll get onto in a minute. But again, we're seeing zero progression under Clement with this squad. And we just touched on it there, but onto the news that's absolutely everywhere right now. The San Francisco 49ers, their owners that are currently taking over Leeds as well. I believe that deal went through in 2018 for roughly around 170 million. So it wouldn't be their first football or soccer adventure, as from what reports are going through right now, I'm not going to pretend that I'm completely clued up on everything, but reports are saying this could be going through by June, which of course would be just huge. It would be a huge situation. Talks have been apparently going on since after Christmas there. Yes, there's going to be pros and cons. A lot of people are starting to be a little bit worried right now of, like, if you feel like we were a customer before, wait until you feel how much of a customer you're made to be with this new ownership. You could potentially see the likes of prices increasing for ticketing, season tickets, and everything about that, because they'll be coming in here to get a return on their investment as well. Let's make no mistakes about that. But whether we like it or we don't, it's going to be this sort of thing that we need to bolster this squad up, to give us that injection of cash. And personally, I'm all for this. I understand some of the cons that might come with it, but think this is just some of the things we're going to have to go through to actually start seeing a winning Rangers team on that pitch again. And let me know your thoughts on all this takeover situation down in the comments. Are you excited for it or more nervous? And also in the comments, let us know your thoughts on the Europa League draw, of course, matched up against Fenerbahce now. The away game for that will be on the 6th of March, and then we'll be home in the second leg on the 13th, where the special one, Jose Mourinho, will be coming to Ibrox. And of course, it's not going to be an easy tie at all. Mourinho needs no introduction, and then it's just a very, very streetwise squad with some stars littered throughout it. And then we're rewarded if we manage to beat them with either the host of the competition, Bilbao, or Roma. Just wow, there's some special ties that we could get in this Europa League, but big ask to get through Fenerbahce first. So now, just before we go into our highlights of our trip to Ibrox against St Mirren, something I just want to put out there, just to put a little feeler, just to hear the comments. It's the rest of this league stage. It's just the motivation for me. It's just so low, and it's not as if, I mean, the proof's there on my channel for these past years. It's not as if like I've ever hid away from doing games or difficult moments and stuff. Of course, I'm always here to put my face out there, put my opinion. I'm not scared to do so. I get the pros and cons again that come with that, but my motivation is so low for the rest of this season domestically. I just don't know if there's much of a point in continuing these, to be honest. I'm just saying my thoughts out there, because if my motivation is low, it's going to come across in the videos. I know how a lot of fans are feeling as well, and I just don't know, to be honest, if they're going to be entertaining enough for me to be continuing to do this. It's just, of course, the Europa League, there will still be vlogs for that, because the motivation, the hunger is there, and just something I've been thinking about. So if there's anyone still listening to this yapping at this point, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or feel free to message me in any of the socials linked. But yes, let's get off to Ibrox for the rest of this video. Sam H mental health bus outside Ibrox, quite fitting, to be honest.
playing and trying to get money, trying to enter it, but that's how it goes. I enjoy support fantastic people who used to be players like us, Rangers and lots of others.
Mirren had the ball in the back of the net, but the place was quite calm. It looked like a pretty obvious foul on Ciala, but let's see. And we wait, and we wait, and we wait. There's always a big issue with it, just the length of time it takes. Oh wow, it is actually going in the monitor here. Kevin Clancy. Don't have much hope to this. Very interesting. Looks very obvious. Look forward to seeing that one back. Wonder what inspirational words Clement's given down there. Half an hour to go. And well, I would say it's Davey's job, but that man seems to be safe no matter what's happening. And as they go 2-0 up, one of the big things is if you just look around that team and who gives a shit. Genuinely, who cares? Asking me a wee bit of emotion there, but yeah. If you don't laugh, you'll greet now. He's held up 9 minutes added on. Well, the crowd are shooting at him. No, just add on 2, please. Wow, tell you, you shouldn't even be allowed a post-match interview. Straight to a flight back home. How many more excuses can Clement make? The same boy that's just had to go in Mourinho's style. He's been pumped at home. Why Mirren?